congratulations on another win, back-to-back wins. You guys must feel so good right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. We had a very emotional and up and down day with a good first race. Then we struggled through the two next ones, but that gave us a bit of momentum also, I think, to push it in the final, and happy with the win, definitely.
And I guess like there's so often where you've had to fight to get in a final, and you come out, and then does the final feel easy after that?
Yeah, I mean, in the final you just go all in, no? Maybe we were a bit backing off a bit after that good first race, and wasn't good at all for us. And yeah, to give everything in the final and win was an amazing feeling after that low.
Well, on American waters, you've won in LA, San Fran, and New York. So what is it? You're the king of America.
Yeah. We said before this. I mean, America is a special place for us, no? And yeah, it's amazing to win again here.
What do you guys think that you did well today? Obviously, like when you ran in front, it was easy, but you could sail through the pack as well.
Yeah, I think we struggled a bit at the beginning of the day with how we were sailing the boat. The conditions were super hard with very up and down breeze, waves, strong gusts, and we didn't find our groove. But through the day we were getting better and better, and we got a good groove for the final.
Yeah, didn't seem like the 50-50 went our way in the final. Just made a tiny mistake at the start to let the Spanish kind of have that inside run. And then I felt like it was a penalty at the bottom mark. It'll be interesting to go back and look at it. Yeah, from my side of the boat. Liv was obviously steering up at them, but felt like a pretty clean port starboard. So it'll be interesting to review that one. And then, yeah, the 50-50 kind of big split down the last run didn't really work out our way either. I made a bit of a mistake with the buttons at the bottom mark, which kind of meant we were pretty close with France in the end. But all in all, really happy with the way we sailed this weekend. Felt like we really got a lot more comfortable in those tricky conditions than we had been, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, the last couple of events have been a bit rough for you guys, but was it nice to come back here in New York and kind of come out firing, make the final again? Yeah, it's really nice to come out firing. Feel like we've been on a really tough run with the issues with the boat, and also just kind of a few little things not quite swinging our way, but yeah, it's nice to have a nice clean weekend, have everything working, and be able to show what we can do. Obviously back on the L boards, it was top end at the beginning of the day, and everyone looked pretty loose in the practice laps. How was it for you guys?
Yeah, it was definitely top end on the L boards. I'm not sure you could see, but there's just an underlying chop coming through as well that made it super hard to fly, especially on the reach. So I think, yeah, all the teams got so much more comfortable as the day went on. It's amazing to see how the level just always ramps during these days, but yeah, made for some fun racing.
Yeah, I think it was marginal today. Yeah, the training was on the edge, and we had a technical issue, so we're not able to train, and we had just 10 minutes before the first start. We tried to get around the course, but honestly it was super tricky. Yeah, nearly capsized a few times, and when I saw the first position of M1, I was super scary, and yeah, I just asked myself if I have to put all the guys of my team in this race, because it was super close from the pier.
And how did you think you ended up though? You came out in the end and made it pretty high up.
Yeah, I think we sailed pretty well, honestly. We finished first overall, and which was really good for the mindset of the team, the consistency. Unfortunately, unable to take a good start in the final, but doesn't really care, honestly. Ready for the European campaign, and I think a lot of things are doing great now inside the team, and I believe in our next Grand Prix.
Well, that was amazing. I've been saying this quite a lot this week, but we've been ticking a lot of boxes, and that's good. I think good thing, right? And yeah, just been first of a lot of things this week, and I think it's good to know that we are working on the right way.
And so close to making that final, but it just felt like anything could happen out there, and you just kind of had to sail your own race and the pressure that you had.
Yeah. On the last bottom gate rounding, we knew Spain was our guy, and then they were a little bit ahead, and we're like, oh, just missed it. Yeah, but still, I think just this week was very good in performance in the team. There's been many adjustments, like as how do we sail and trim, and I think also like our eyes are broadening a little bit, so getting more corner vision and be able to see more stuff on the race course. which is normal, you know, for the first events that we're just so focused on the boat we couldn't see much other stuff going on, and I think now it's definitely working the right way.
And as a sailor, I guess, do you enjoy those shifty, erratic conditions? Like, do you like playing the game out there?
I think what happens when you have shifty, you know, erratic conditions, you get more passing lanes, also losing lanes. But like, I think if you can look outside, which is the first time we've been able to look outside a little bit more, you can get some passing lanes, which is quite good. But then with the first race, it was so short. It was just basically like, you know, one jibe, one tag. It wasn't much you could do. So it's however you did the mark rounding there on the bottom, on Mark 1, after the reach, it was going to be how you're going to kind of finish the race.
Awesome. And I guess like great momentum for the team. It's not long until we go to Europe, and then lots of back-to-back events. Are you looking forward to getting in that rhythm over there?
Yeah, I think we all had a really good break, and we're ready to you know, get these events going. I think also for the public it's really cool to be able to follow, you know, some exciting racing, and yeah, I think it's going to be really good. You know, we're still halfway through the season, so it's pretty good.
They were great conditions, challenging conditions, big shifts, big patches in the wind, but it was it was a real sort of sailor's day out there, and if you executed your manoeuvres well, I think you got really good results. And if you're a bit like us, we were inconsistent. We had a few big stuffs in manoeuvres, and so we got some beat really bad races.
And talk more about, you said it's a sailor's day, sailor's conditions, what those mean.
I mean, it's not that stable conditions where it's just a boat speed race. It's conditions where the wind is up and down, shifty. The current was moving all around, and you had to really be on your game. So it's sort of you needed all your sailing skills to be successful out there. And yeah, we felt like we were in touch, but we just had like literally a couple of manoeuvres that we messed up, and that put us out of that running.
And last question: Spain's won 2 in a row now. What can you do to go up against them as you head to the European leg of the circuit?
Yeah, I mean, this regatta they were just better than us. They didn't make the mistakes we did. I mean, in San Francisco, we were equal points with them before our wing collapse. So we've got the skills. We won 2 races here this event. We've got the skills to beat them. I've got full faith in that. It's just execution. We lacked execution this week.
Yeah, very frustrating day. Unfortunately, there was a concern that there's some structural damage to our wings, so we had to retire from racing. And that's part of it. Obviously, there's a lot of focus and concern about the wings, and it was the right call from the tech team. If you're not 100% sure that the boat's safe, you can't race. Ja, det var en frustrerende dag af flere årsager. Vi havde lidt problemer med båden hele dagen, og så var der desværre en risiko eller en bekymring om, at vores vingestruktur ikke var intakt, så vi blev hævet ud af racet i dag og kunne ikke få lov at sejle det sidste race. Så ja, det er en frustrerende dag, men sådan er det nogle gange, når man sejler de her komplicerede både, at det er ikke kun mandskabet, det udstyret skal også være 100% intakt, fordi det er farligt ellers i de her hastigheder, hvis ikke det hele er på plads. Så nu må vi prøve at undersøge vingen og se, hvad situationen er med vingen, om der er et problem, eller det var en fejl at hive os ud af racet. It's an easy decision if there's a safety concern. The crew always comes first, and when we're told to stop racing, we stop racing immediately. We never take risk with the safety. I guess our frustration is more that we just need to catch a break soon in terms of getting to finish a regatta. But that's we've been in tough situations before, not long ago. So we'll put our head down again and come back stronger in Portsmouth. I think we have some positives to take away this week. We've been quite competitive when we are racing, and I think we showed that we are almost back to where we were before we had the incident in LA. For sure we can sail better, and we need to keep improving, but I think we also have a lot of positive things we can take from this weekend. So yeah, put our heads down and back to work.
Well, we struggled starting. We got tied up in a lot of traffic, and in 2 of the 3 races we were struggling around Mark 1, which, you know, on such a short course, it just really put us on the back foot. It's nice to get the last one right. We, you know, to Mark 1 in the leading bunch, and then got the jump and the jibe. So yeah, we ended on a positive note, but we're a little frustrated.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it was. Thank you. I guess, you know, it was so gusty and shifty out there. How hard was it to read that racetrack, especially if you're at the back and you can?
Yeah, it was hard, and early on, the breeze was really at the top end for those big boards. Like, it was really quite tricky to keep the boat on its legs. We had a big stuff in the warm-up and actually missed half of it trying to repair a fairing on our front beam, which didn't help things. But yeah, shifty, gusty, lots of tide, lots of wind, especially early on. It was hard going.
I guess it's hard to think about right now, but obviously it's a long season. You've had a couple of really good events.
Yeah.
How much do you need to just kind of be like, hey, this happened, and move forward, or dive into what really happened?
Oh, we've got to analyse and work out what went wrong this weekend for sure. But ultimately, you're going to have good events, and you're going to have others that don't quite match up to that. So hopefully, this is on the downward slope of results that we see for the season, and we can bounce back and get back up to the top. And the season points look quite tight still. That's what really matters to us. We're still very much in striking distance of the top three. I think we're in fifth overall now, and it's close. So yeah, plenty of golf left.
And it's not Canada home, but it's home for your next event in Portsmouth.
Yeah, Portsmouth next event, so very close to where I live. It's going to be cool. Can't wait.
Yeah, it was very different to the first day. We sort of got bounced around, pinballed around in the first race and couldn't quite find our rhythm. But bounced back with 2 solid results. Obviously disappointed at the weekend, it's not good enough. But we also know that it's nice to get those last 2 races. I think that given yesterday and everything, and looking forward to our home event in Portsmouth, we're sort of really proud of how we came out today. Like, disappointing first race, but we took it on the chin. We kept fighting and had 2 solid races. I guess, it felt like a really frustrating one in the last race with the incident with the Canadians, which we clearly have a very different view to the umpires, thinking that the Canadians were very much in the wrong, and that's frustrating because it costs us a point to them, so it's a 2-pointer that in the overall season board. And we've had a review and we still don't understand how we got a penalty, but ultimately that's racing. Yeah, there's no doubt that we know we've had a bit of a lapse in the last couple of events, and it's not good enough. I think the nice thing of that though is that we don't feel like we've been sailing as well as we can, so it's not like we're scratching our heads going, we're doing everything we normally do and we're going well. Felt like we were starting to find our feet again, so hopefully we carry the momentum the last 2 races into Portsmouth and get back onto that top step of the podium.
The team sailed the boat really well in those challenging conditions, especially Brian, not much experience on the airfoils, and he delivered today. And I think we had the tools to fight on the race course. The thing is, we were starting quite often at the back of the fleet, so we actually managed to do some good comebacks in that first race. Second race not really, and in the third race we had a better start, so it was also better. But we really need to review how to improve those starts in general, and I think as a driver it's a lot of responsibility on that. But I have to find a way to improve that for next event, because it's been a working point for a while, but we don't see as much progress as we would like to. Yeah, it's a good question. I'd like to know the answer, but. I think we need to think a bit out of the box and change a few things. But in the end, it's little things. I don't think there's a magic bullet, and it's lots of little things that make it work. So, we need to keep digging and trust in our process. Yeah, it was pretty full on earlier in the day in the warm up and that first race. We were cavitating quite a lot in the jibes, but it was good fun. It was a good challenge, and it was pretty loose, but you could see everyone struggling, and I think we enjoyed that challenge as a team.
Had up and downs, big up and downs. I think we managed quite well to get it back into the race after the first mark rounding. It was quite tricky actually on that short race course to manage to go around the mark and managing the lays and people around. Pretty short course for big breeze on the big foils, but that was all right. We just did a major every single race, and that was throwing us lots back. So not happy with the day. Sometimes quite funny. Sometimes you hit cavitation and you have this rumbling back in the boat. That is something we barely have with the T's. That was very special again. It's also funny being back on a rally car compared to a Formula 1 car on these boats with the airfoils. So yeah, it's funny. It makes fun. It's cool, but yeah, very different to what we're used to. It's not lots of time. We actually go straight. I fly out tonight to Lake Garda to train a bit on smaller boats, and then we do most of it digitally and try to figure out why we had these majors, because we feel quite confident going around the course and quite confident, you know, playing shifts, playing with the fleet as well, and just a few things are missing to make our weekend way better.
Yeah, for sure, top end for the foils and the setup we had today. The beginning was a bit hard for us. We had big stuff on a roundup, and we destroyed our front fairing. So our short team, they made a fantastic job to put us on the racetrack again. And then, I mean, the first race was a bit of a shocker, but then we recovered quite well. Second race, we had a fantastic start. We rounded first at the top mark, at the Mark 1, and then we ended up in not making the jibe on the foils. So again, to try to overtake some boats. Third race was another great start. Rounded third again, on top of the fleet, and then lose some boats here and there. But I mean, we have been doing a process. Of course, we are not at the level where we would like to be, but let's say we had some moments of glory today, other some low moments. But yeah, thinking about doing good for the next races, trying to do our best and to work hard to be on a higher level at the next event. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have been doing some very good results in the practice. We won a race, we did a second. We felt pretty happy in the trainings as well. Of course, once you are in the middle of the fleet and into the pack, it's not easy to sail the boat and to, let's say, have the same technique with all the wakes of other boats and the gas. And so, yeah, that's getting harder and harder, being in between so many boats. But of course, we will try to focus on ourselves, on our technique, and how to sail the boat. Of course, coming here and having some good training days make us feel pretty good, and we felt like for the first time we could go around the course by our own, but doing some very good and clean laps, which make our confidence level higher. Of course, yeah, when you race in between so many boats and with such a high level, it's tough, and what we need to do is try to higher our level and try to be more consistent in maneuver, even if we are in between all these boats.
Yeah, well, what a change. Yeah, you know, I think over the breeze was over forecasted, so yeah, really sporty for the equipment that we had on the boat today. 24-meter wings and light airfoils, and yeah, they were definitely uprange, and yeah, you know, right on the edge of ventilation all the time, so it made the boats really challenging. Yeah, you know, I try not to focus too much on it, but you know, coming by that first flyby we did was, you know, we could hear the fans cheering, and yeah, despite, you know, not having a great event, it means a lot. It's you know, like, unbelievable feeling representing your country, and that national pride that, you know, everyone has that came out to watch us is so cool. So we're pumped for it. Yeah, you know, we're not really focused on the results right now. I think we just have to keep growing and focus on our progress. Like, where can we make the next big gain? And you know, despite, you know, finishing where we did here at the bottom, it's you know, we made gains this week. So we got to keep our eye on that prize, and yeah, just keep chipping away at it. It'll come, and you know, I'm just saying it's within reach. But we have those moments that are, you know, setting us in the back of the pack, and you know, all the gains we sometimes make around the track, and we make that one mistake, one critical moment in that race, and those are the moments we need to eliminate.